Okay guys, I just got back from church and I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna make some lunch. But while I do that, I want to share with you guys the biggest thing that God has taught me in 2025 so far. The year is flying by so far, but honestly, I feel like a completely different person than I was at the end of 2024. God has literally grown me so much already this year, and I'm just so excited to see all the way He's gonna continue to grow me throughout the rest of the year. God has been teaching me what it truly means to be content. The specific area He's teaching me this in is my desire for marriage, my desire to find my future husband. Throughout the last couple of years and going into this year, I was definitely really struggling with just feeling like I was the only one who wasn't finding my man of God, my future husband. And all my friends were finding people, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, God, when's it gonna be my turn? And I don't think there's anything wrong with having questions and coming to God with our questions, with our struggles. It's okay to feel those things, but it's about turning it over to God, surrendering it to Him. But one of the first days of this year, I had this moment where I was struggling, and I thought, oh, when I find my future husband, then I'll be content. And I was like, whoa, stop right there. What did you just think? In that moment, I realized I was placing all my contentment in my relationship status. It's not a good place to get into a relationship with that mindset, because no person is ever going to satisfy you or fulfill you. Everyone's going to let you down or disappoint you at some point, no matter how amazing of a person they are. And that really made me realize that I've been living in discontentment my entire life. I have this feeling of longing for something more, or desiring something, and sometimes I would peg it on oh, it's because I want to find my future husband and get married, or oh, it's I want to go do the DCP. And sometimes I didn't even know why I was feeling that way. But ultimately, it wasn't any of those things, because none of those things can satisfy me. Only Jesus can bring me true fulfillment and contentment. Contentment is a choice, you guys. We have to choose to let Jesus fill us, because He will if we let Him, but He's just waiting for us to ask Him. I just truly came to this point where Jesus is all that I need. I just finally feel content. I feel fulfilled because I'm letting Jesus fill me. Like David does in Psalm 23, that the Lord is my shepherd and I lack nothing. It's my entire perspective on everything, and my entire 2025 has just been so filled with joy, and I'm so much more able to see the beauty in my current season, and the beauty in the waiting, and the ways God's working in me and through me and making me more like Him, and it's just been incredible. I'm genuinely to the point that even if it was His will for me to be single for the rest of my life, I know I would still be content in Him, and that He would still be enough for me, and I can trust Him in that. And it's incredible. I never really thought I'd get to that point, but here I am. I believe that He has my future husband out there for me. I believe that He's promised that to me. But even if He chose not to, I'm still content in Him. And that's just so cool to be in that place. It's beautiful, you guys. Growing with the Lord and falling in love with Jesus is the most beautiful, wonderful, incredible, joy-filled experience of my entire life. And I would 10 out of 10 recommend.